Our trip to Japan, a video tour. In order to learn a little bit more about the country we're visiting, we did some research to share some interesting facts with you. Of the many wonderfully diverse and exciting locations to explore in Japan, we have highlighted 6 of our 10 specific sites that we just have to visit. Overnight in Ryoka. This Japanese-style inn is a wonderful place to rest and rejuvenate after our trip to the hot springs. We will be able to immerse ourselves in the traditional Japanese experience with amenities like tatami floors, futon beds, Japanese-style baths, local cuisine, and comforting hospitality all in one warm, cozy little package. Sightseeing at Mount Fuji. A guided tour of the world-renowned Mount Fuji. It will provide a lovely escape into nature and a tranquil hike up this gorgeous mountain.
We're going to Akihabara in Tokyo. This bustling shopping outlet will be a fun-filled destination for us to tour and shop for souvenirs and snacks, visit dojos, shrines, and sit in for some entertainment and great meals in a main cafe. This destination is also very popular for anime lovers. Tokyo Tower is a sample of Tokyo, Japan, and it's both a radio communication tower and an observation tower for tourists. This 332.9 meter tall structure was built in 1958 and was modeled after the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. It's a fantastic spot for sightseeing, so we'll be able to see the whole view of Tokyo when traveling to the top. If the weather is clear in Mount Fuji, we can even see it in the distance.
The Fuji 5 Lakes is the area at the base of Mount Fuji. The beautiful Fuji lakes are called 5 separate lakes called the Yamanakako, the Kawaguchiko, the Saiko, the Shojiko, and the Motosuko. The most popular lake to visit and accessible is the Kawaguchiko.
Mount Fuji Panoramic Ropeway. The ropeway stretches about 400 meters, which is approximately 1,312 feet, from the east shore of Lake Kawaguchiko to the peak of Mount Tenjo. Along with the ropeway, there is a hiking trail that leads to an observation deck.
In order to learn a little bit more about the country we're visiting, we did some research to share some interesting facts with you.
Introduction to population and government. There are currently 125,931,373 in Japan currently that live under parliamentary constitutional monarchy. Cultures in Japan. Japan originally wore masks when they were sick, to not be seen without makeup, to stay warm, to not get bothered in public, etc. And this was all before COVID. Before entering a shrine, people washed their hands to symbolize being purified. On New Year's Day, ozuni is traditionally eaten, usually eaten with chicken and various vegetables with tofu.
Resources. Coal. Coal was a major resource harvested in Japan for decades, most prominently during Japan's industrial period in the late 19th century. Now, Japan's coal production is much less productive, with the industry suffering from uneconomic production, competition from cheaper foreign coal, and the general use of oil since World War II. It is mined from the Hokkaido region and is used to power Japan's electricity. The harvest from Hokkaido is a very meager supply and not enough to support all of Japan's economic needs. Therefore, most of Japan's coal is imported from places such as Australia, Indonesia, Canada, and the United States. A very important ecological and environmental issue in Japan is their trash. Where should it go? Due to Japan's enormous amounts of plastic production, along with other man-made materials, there is a lot of trash. The size of this tiny island nation contributes to the problem because there just isn't enough room to put all the garbage. Burning the trash would be an option if not for the larger issue of chemicals from the smoke leaching into the atmosphere. Because of this, Japan's population has had to get creative in their ways of disposing trash, including the implementation of stricter waste management regulations by the Japanese government. The recycling policy is much stricter and quite innovative. Not all hope is lost, though. An environmental agency in Japan that we researched was called Friends of the Earth Japan. FOE Japan is a non-profit, non-governmental organization dedicated to preserving the environment in Japan and around the world. Their main areas of focus are climate change, efficient and eco-friendly energy use, forest protection, reformation of Japanese international financial institutions, and environmentally friendly housing.
Carbon footprint. 4 ways I am reducing my carbon footprint on my trip. I will be traveling by train, bike, and electric cars if needed for most of the trip. While eating on the trip, to reduce carbon emissions, I stayed on a plant-based diet strictly. I planted a bonsai tree in a Japanese garden when I visited the Fuji 5 lakes. This helps increase carbon dioxide emissions from what I consume daily. Staying in hotels can need a lot of energy. When I was in Japan, I rarely kept the lights on, took shorter showers, and charged my electronics using rechargeable batteries.
So here's the machine, on the reverse vending machine. It's your Nanako card. If you don't use the Nanako card, it's okay, but you can get points for this. And we'll just put it over. Alright, please remove labels and caps and touch the screen. Okay. Alright, if you have a card, tap. Alright. One.
This trip to Japan will have many benefits to each one of us. We would all get to experience firsthand a new culture, language, and food. Going on this trip will enlighten us and make us more open-minded. Along with culture, we would see Japanese traditions and mannerisms. Japan is also known for its futuristic technology, and so we would all be able to play around with it.
Moving on to the itinerary. On day 1, we will fly into Tokyo Haneda HND Airport. We will stay in the Ajisad Osen Ryokan and go into Mommy Kitchen when we need food. On day 2, we will go to Hakone Yoro with a 2-minute free shuttle ride from the Hakone Yumoto station. From Hakone Yoro, a 5-minute walk to Tonosawa, and then a 17-minute bus ride to Kiga no Sato. After that, there will be a 7-minute walk to Hakone Open Air Museum, and then from there, a taxi to Osen Guest House to Saya. For day 3, maybe 4, we will go from the Osen Guest House to Saya. We'll take a 2-minute taxi to Boxburger Hakone, then a 5-minute walk to Miyagino Igisho Mei. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that, but I hope it's okay. And a 2-minute bus ride back to Hakone Yumoto. Picking up the car and then driving an hour and 33 minutes to Mount Fuji. From Mount Fuji, we will sightsee to the Fuji 5 lakes. On day 4 to maybe 5, we will go from the Fuji 5 lakes. We will drive to Hostel Michikusaya. After that night, we will drive to Kawaguchiko Station and take the red light line sightseeing bus stop number 9, sightseeing boat ropeway entrance. We can take the sightseeing boat out to Lake Kawaguchiko, and then after that, we'll take the ropeway cable car that will take us 1,075 miles to the Fuji viewing platform. We will hike back down to the shortest path and head to the Dot Hostel Bar. For day number 6, we will check out and then go back to the bus stop and get our car. And then we'll go to the Ueno Park in Taito City. There is a 7-minute drive to Akihabara. We will go to Unesoyoken, which is 0.1 miles from the Ueno Park for food. At the Unesoyoken, I will try the red bean omelette. After that, we will do a 20-minute drive to Tokyo Tower, then driving to Maitetsu in Hamamatsucho. And again, I probably butchered that. And the next day from the inn, we will drive 19 minutes to the nearest airport, Haneda Airport HND. The car will be returned and it'll be a 14-hour and 15-minute flight back.
This concludes our tour. Thanks for watching!